Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to make these nearby characters kill by these explosions. So like this. And that's the demonstration. So when the explosion happens, the characters will die and they will be thrown away towards the opposite direction where the explosion happens. So if I show this barrel, you can see characters are thrown this way, and if I show that barrels, the character in the right side will be thrown here and the others will be thrown over there, like that. Alright, so let's see how to do this in this episode. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Now this works for the barrels, but it doesn't affect the player. So in the player 𝐂𝐻 we have already implemented this damageable interface. Here let's add on explosion hit. Right, actually it would be better if we have like what amount of damage we should do to the character from a particular explosion hit or from a particular bullet hit. So let's add a new parameter here on bullet hit. Let's call it damage, and it should be a float. As the default value I'll put 20. Right, so that we don't have to worry about initializing and setting the values in everywhere that I have used that function. And similarly for the explosion also, I'll add another float event, damage. Default value I'll set 20 and compile. So now you will see we have already damage at 20. So now for the character we have this damage, and I'll connect it this way. So here what we are doing is reducing the health by 20. We are not taking it as a parameter, so I'll add it 20 here, and if I just keep shooting at this character, it will die simply when we have more than 5 shots, when you shoot him more than 5 shots. Right, now for the explosion, let's add the damage. Instead of 20, let's make it like 200. So in that way we can make sure the character definitely dies if it hits by an explosion. Now let's implement the explosion hit part for the characters, and actually we can reuse this part. Yeah, let's promote this to a macro. Let's call it damage, and I'll name this parameter as damage. Right, now for the explosion hit I'll use the same macro, damage, and we can connect this damage parameter. Now the character should die. Let's see. Yeah, the character died. And also it would be more cool if we can have some impact to throw away the character. So let's add a small delay here because character is just going into the ragdoll mode. So how, yeah, we can add an impulse. So impulse should be outward from the explosion source. So we can get that location of the explosion source, and we can get that location of the current actor. Then we can get unit direction vector from the explosion source to the current actor this way. Then we can add an impulse. Let's multiply this by like a value, I'm not sure, 10,000, and add this impulse. Now let's check. Yeah, that seems not enough actually. 100,000, let's try. Right, actually that's too much. Maybe 40,000. And also it would always look better if we can have some upward force. So let's always add one upward, or maybe not 1.1. Right, now let's add multiple characters here. And see how it looks. Cool. Oh, these are funny. Well, actually I think I need to modify their physics asset. I think we have for the gun we have, let me check. Physics asset, there should be a cube. Let's check. Okay, this is the reason, it's a cube. So actually instead of a cube it should be where's the skeleton? Options, show all bones. Right, delete this and add shape, add box. Now we should not behave in a funny way. Right, that should be good enough. Let's try now. Yeah, now the gun seems react in a realistic way. Alright, so with that I would like to stop this episode. So as always, project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. Thanks for watching. see you in another episode. In the next episode, I wish to work on like how to make the debris disappear gradually instead of just vanishing them. Okay.